Hey, everybody. Greetings, salutations, and good morning. It is The Drive on the Fan Sports Network, the longest-running sports talk show in all of southern Utah. We just keep cranking. Come into July, we'll have another year under our belt, and we're closing in on a quarter century here in 2 years of radio in the St. George, Southern Utah, Cedar City area. Devin, Dixon, my good buddy, Paulie Ratliff, the girl that keeps us all out of trouble, Tara Atkin, and we are live from the Finley Hyundai Studios. And what a night last night for the association. Yeah. What a first round. I was sitting around with my son and my wife. I was watching. She was reading a book. She really wasn't watching. She would pop up and check out the suits. But I was like big name after big name after big name, even to the end of the first round. That to me was one of the deepest first round drafts I can ever remember. I think maybe we might look back on this one as one of the special drafts of all time.
Yeah.
It's loaded, guys. Loaded with talent. Koa Pete goes at the end of the first round, and teams want him so bad. There's trade after trade. There's 2 trades after he was picked at number 30.
What would you say under 4.5 trades yesterday?
I said under.
There were 7 trades yesterday.
Hey, we did it.
Are you counting the pre-trade with Julius Randle? Because I wasn't counting that. Like Brooklyn traded the day before. You knew about that one. I was thinking new draft day trades.
It says on NBA.com 7 trades occurred during or directly involving the first round of the NBA draft, pre-draft and draft night deals.
But I think at the end of that first round,
there was more than 4.
If you count what happened with Julius, there was 5. It was tight. And then Julius Randle gets traded, and like the last pick bumps it up to 7. If you count that Julius Randle trade the day before.
Oh.
So it was 4, and then after the draft was over, technically that was Adam Silver got on there, and he said that's the end of the first round.
Well, the 13th pick was dealt in the Giannis trade. That's part of the draft technically.
Well, that's
a draft pick.
You didn't stipulate that yesterday.
I didn't make the over/under. You did. I just took the over because there's always a ton of trades in the NBA draft.
There wasn't until the lottery, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have one until the top 12 picks stayed status quo.
I think it was so much talent that then none of the teams wanted to move off their picks. But later in the draft, you saw the Knicks trade the 25th to Dallas. Koa Pete was traded for future seconds and cash to Phoenix. You had Denver trade the 26th to San Antonio. Cleveland traded the 29th to Sacramento. So you had a lot of deals late in the first round.
Yeah.
It was a good draft.
It was a fun draft to watch. There was a lot of notable names.
And it's, sometimes when you're in Utah, when you're close to Utah Prep, when you cover BYU sports, you just have a feeling. I mean, we knew AJ DeBonza was going number 1 all along. It was just weird the way Peterson's camp and Peterson canceling the Jazz workout. It was just weird the way it played out. So there was a lot of people that think it was closer. If you would have pulled the 28 other teams that didn't have the number 1 pick, 29 other teams that didn't have the number 1 pick on who they would have taken, I don't think it would have been consensus AJ DeBonza. There would have been some teams that took Peterson. There would have been maybe a team or 2 that even said, I'd take Boozer. He's the best all-around player, like Jay Billis thought last night. Yeah. So there was definitely smoke. The Jazz explored moving from 2 to 1 before the draft, but there was no evidence of a serious last-minute negotiation on draft night itself last night. I never heard any smoke around that. Did you?
No.
I wondered if they placed a call, like last minute with Washington and just said, hey, if you're taking AJ, we're interested. I mean, we saw a lot of players that got drafted where the commissioner would come back out and say, oh, we've got a trade, So, you always make the exploratory calls, right?
Yeah. You want to try and put yourself out there to the ability or to the availability of the pick if it's available. But it didn't seem like the Wizards were very receptive to moving off the 1.
No, not after they signed Trey to that 4-year deal.
Yeah.
They got Anthony Davis. They got now a wing, a 6'9", 2-way player in AJ DeBonza.
Yes.
This was the right pick for them. It's a pick they had to get right, though.
Yeah.
And we won't know for 5-10 years if that pick was indeed right or not, because this is such a loaded draft class. Somebody else could pop. Darren Peterson could pop. Boozer could pop. Acuff could pop. Kingston Flemings could be a star.
Yeah.
I mean, there is so many talented players in that draft last night. I really thought that was probably one of the greater draft classes of all time. Probably someday we might compare it to the 03 draft class. I'm not ready to do that this morning. We could compare it to others as well, some of those top classes. But when you go AJ and then you go Peterson and then you go Boozer, I mean, when Boozer is the number 3 pick in a lot of years, guys, he would have been the number 1 overall draft pick and people wouldn't even have hesitated.
Yeah, that's right.
So Jazzland Peterson and AJ to the Wiz. TA, your immediate reaction to the way the top of the board kind of went as chalky as you could expect last night.
It exactly was, yeah. It went exactly as we thought it was going to go. Other than I did think Acuff was going to go higher. That was maybe the one thing that shocked me.
Mikael Brown snuck out in front of him, and that kind of bumped him a spot.
Yep. So that was shocking. And Johnson Merez, that I didn't see that one coming up at number 9.
Little reach there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Merez Johnson
from Michigan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played for Dusty May. And so obviously he was thinking maybe get one of my guys. I thought maybe May would attack, maybe Yaxel or the Mara or one of those guys, at least one of them. But
before Morris.
Yeah, that's right. And he was plus 1,100 to go in the top 10. So that was kind of a shocker.
That was shocking.
For sure.
Yeah. But other than that, it went just like I thought it was.
I thought there was big moments. I loved the Yaxel interview with his mom.
Yeah.
That was, I thought, kind of a moment.
Also the Ament one, Nate.
Yeah.
Ament.
Yeah.
His interview was pretty cool with his mom. That was a refugee.
I thought the stare off and the AJ Peterson exchange I saw on social media, there was no love lost between those two guys.
Was that the one when they were dapping up or no?
They were. Did
you see that one where Peterson's off to the side and DeBonza quickly kind of gives him
and then turns and walks away. That's the same one I saw.
Oh, you saw that one. Okay.
Yeah.
That was pre-draft.
Yeah, you could tell that was a quick exchange. They're not buddy-buddy.
No.
It's like, hey, I'll give you a little respect and I'm out of here.
Right.
And I think that was more on DeBonza than it was on than on Darren Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson looked receptive. It didn't really look as if DeBonza wanted anything to do with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not a
They're
shock.
competitive. They're competitive.
But still a huge moment for AJ DeBonza, the first BYU basketball player ever selected number 1 overall.
Yeah.
How big of a marketing tool is that for the Cougars for the next year?
Well, not just DeBonza. Now this is 2 straight drafts where they've had a lottery pick.
Yeah.
Yegor Devin at 8 and now DeBonza at 1. BYU's had more lottery picks in the last couple of years than a ton of different top-tier elite basketball schools. So, I mean, is Kevin Young transforming the program? I think it's safe to say with DeBonza, Demon, presumably Branch, the new kid that's on the block in Provo, could be another lottery pick. Could be 3 years in a row potentially for BYU with a pick in the top 10. So that's a big thing for BYU basketball. I thought to myself, will this draft be better than what I think is the greatest draft of all time? 1984. You had Hakeem number 1. Sam Bowie, number 2, that's a miss, obviously. Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Charles Barkley round out the top 5 of the 1984 NBA draft. Yeah. Will this draft be better?
Sam Bowie really throws a wrench into that.
He ruined it, but there's 4, there's 1, 2, 3. There's one Hall of Very Good, Sam Perkins. I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame.
Sleepy Sam? No.
He's not in the Hall of Fame. But Barkley, Olajuwon, and Jordan, 3 Hall of Famers. Yeah. And the greatest player of all time.
Could happen. Could happen in this draft. Wouldn't surprise anybody if there's 3 Hall of Famers in this draft class.
Yes.
That was a loaded first round. I mean, that De La Herrera guy they took at 25, the Lakers ended up with.
Yeah.
Man, that kid can play. He's been playing over in Spain since he's a young pup. Yeah. I thought the other kid from Mexico, Lopez, unbelievable talent. You know, some of those international players, who knows who's going to be the next Luka or Jokic or whatever, fill in the blank the case might be. Now Chet Holmgren has some size in OKC.
Yeah, Mara Terra, your boy.
Yeah.
They didn't like Alien ripping him up in the playoffs, knocking him out, so they get Chet some size and some help, and they go with the tallest guy in the draft at 7'3".
And he's a great rim protector,
Yes.
so that was a good one.
Yeah.
I like that pick for the Thunder.
I did too.
This is how it sounded. Is this Peterson or DeBonza?
This was Peterson.
Peterson. Okay, so you want to go?
I do have DeBonza, though.
Okay, so this is how it sounded last night as the first pick came off the board. Every single BYU Cougar fan was pumped. I know it's not going to the Jazz, but he becomes the first player ever from BYU to be drafted number 1 in the NBA draft.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise DeBonza Jr. from Brigham Young University.
The debate, the conversation, it's over. In a class that's been touted as one of the deepest in recent memory, it is Anise A.J. DeBonza, the freshman out of BYU that the Washington Wizards select number 1 overall. And
That's how it sounded.
The stage was set.
Yeah.
I mean, 6'9", two-way guy, highest ceiling in the draft. You already had, he's the best fit for Washington's needs. You could put him at the 3,
Yeah.
and then you can put, Davis at the 4 and Sarr at the 5 if you want. Or you can max that up, and then you've got, obviously, Trae Young running the point.
Trae Young.
It just made too much sense, but it was...
Projected starting 5 of the Wizards: Trae Young, Keyshawn George, AJ DeBonza, Alex Sarr, and Anthony Davis.
AJ is a plug-and-play home run for the Wizards, and this is a pick they could not screw up.
Yeah.
I mean...
And you said Sam Bowie was a bust. There will be a Sam Bowie in this draft in the top 10. There will be a guy that's not very good. There'll be an underperforming player in the top 10.
I don't know the extent of Sam Bowie. That's a hot take.
I don't know. There's always one. Bennett was terrible, number 1 overall pick out of UNLV. I mean, there's always a very high pick that underperforms. There will be one in this draft. You can book it.
Yeah.
Not every single one of them is going to be a multi-time All-Star. It's just impossible.
Yeah, no, there's no question. There's no question. You can't control everything. As good as these kids, the game has changed those, Paulie. The talent level is deeper and deeper. The draft is so... That was the deepest draft I can remember, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, there's a bunch of studs in that draft. 8 freshmen taken with the first 8 picks. So these are kids that have such a high ceiling. It's going to take some time to let it play out. There's going to be a learning curve for some of these young guys.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
I mean, you mentioned the 2003 draft as well. Was that the one Darko went number 2?
Isn't that?
Yes, Darko Milicic went number 2 to the Pistons.
That's Kobe's draft class.
No, it's LeBron.
Or LeBron's draft
Carmelo,
class.
Bosh, Wade went the other top 5 picks. So, yes, someone will get a Darko, a Sam Bowie. There will be a bust in this draft.
Yeah, Darko was a bust
Yes.
compared to the other ones, but he had a long career. He played over 8-9 years in the league.
I would say Darko was
I mean, what are you
absolutely-
categorizing as a bust? You haven't put any criteria. You're throwing busts around.
I mean, I
So I'm
think
I'm
all
curious
NBA
what the
fans out there know that Darko Milicic, a 4.7 rebound. I'm looking at his career stats right now. 6 points a game for his career. He was an absolute mega bust. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mega bust?
Mega bust.
Mega
6
bust.
points.
How many years did he
6
play?
points a game.
How many years did he play? I'm just trying to find your criteria for busts.
He started in 03, ended in 13. He played 10 years.
So who is the bust in the top 8?
That's
Who's gonna
to
be the
be
bust?
determined. I'm just saying there will be
you're
one.
very adamant there's
You
a
just
bust.
think everyone's going to be an all-star. That's not going to be the case. Not every single player
Why
in
are you
this draft
trying
will be an
Why
all-star.
are you trying to rain on somebody's dream of being drafted? I mean, Why are you trying to talk about bust when we should be celebrating the top 10? I don't understand which. And if you're going to start mega bust, then who's the bust? I want to see you throw out who you think
I'm not
was
going
the
to throw
worst
my
pick.
dart yet. I'm just saying it's a throwaway comment that you've run with here is that there will be a guy in the top 10 here that
You're
underperforms.
probably. You want me to say you're probably right, but
No, I don't need to know that I'm right. I know I'm right. There's always a bust.
So that if you know
my-
you're right, who's it going to be?
Yeah, that's the
I don't wanna
thing.
put my finger
so
on it.
confirmed here. That,
I know there will be one among the top 10 picks. One of these guys
so
will be.
which one?
That's the
Give
thing.
me to the end of the show.
If you're so confident in
yes,
this,
give me to the end of the
then you-
show,
you
and
tell us who it's gonna
I
be.
will give you an answer.
You're giving us this hot take that there's going to be a bust. With
I'm just saying, Sam Bowie, Anthony Bennett, all these guys. There's always a top 3, top 5, top 10 bust.
Yeah, Markelle Fultz really didn't pan
Yes,
out.
he was the number 1 pick.
Yeah, no, I understand. I agree. I'm not disagreeing, but
I'm not saying DeBonza or Peterson are going to be it. I'm just saying among these guys,
what if they are? You're saying there's always a bust, so you got to count them into the conversation that you're having.
There are 2 guys I don't think that will be busts, but I do think in the top 10 there will be a bust. Personally.
Geez, history. Don't go out on a limb with some.
You're the one saying there won't be. You're like, all these guys are going to be superstars, megastars, all-stars.
I'm
and
saying this draft class, when we look
best I've
back,
ever
could
seen.
be the best we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Could be being the caveat. Yes, I did say that.
All right.
Yes, I did say that. Do you think this was a weak draft class or something?
No, I don't
Then
think it's a
why do
weak
you
draft.
not agree with me on that statement?
I'm just saying there's people that are saying it's better than 03. It's better than 84. Let's just pump the brakes a second here and
Could
let these
be.
guys play some games
Could
first.
be. I said from the start it's going to take 5-10 years for us to know.
he's telling us to pump the brakes when he's like,
He doesn't listen to what I
guarantee
say.
it. You can put that in the book.
I said in 5 or 10 years from now, we could be talking about this draft as the best of class of all time. But you didn't hear that part, I guess. Holy smokes.
Okay.
Holy smokes. Darren Peterson. If Jazz fans wrapped their mind around it, I think they were prepared for Darren Peterson.
I would say.
Yeah.
I really feel like last night, good turnout from what I saw at the watch party up in Sandy as well. You get the beat reporters that are homers, and I understand that. I mean, your boy last night was tweeting out best hockey and best NBA fans of any team in the league, and I'm like,
yeah,
really?
I saw that.
I'm
Yeah.
like, really, really,
Yeah.
Ben, or who is it? Ben,
Cole.
Ben Cole,
Cole Bagley. Yeah.
or Ben Bagley. I was like, what?
Just botch his name 3 times. Cole,
Cole Bagley.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't put much stock in that hot
Oh,
take.
no. Okay.
That's a homer take.
It is a
That's
little
like
bit.
me saying.
I saw it. I thought it was a
That's
little
like me
homer.
going to a season of Utah Tech men's basketball games and going, best fans ever. Like, where's the student section? Oh, we only had
Yeah.
3,000 people. Come on. Come on.
Look at that.
Come on.
Digging in on the tweet.
Did you agree with the tweet?
I did not agree with the tweet.
Thank you,
I think
Polly.
he said best fan bases, which I
Yes.
don't agree with that. But it is a
Yes.
very good fan base. I
Yeah.
saw they were packed. Like there was people waiting 3 hours before the Southtown gates opened at the malls yesterday.
I think it would probably take in the. That's the problem with tweets, or what do you call them? Zeets now.
We just
Sounds
stick with
so
tweets.
dumb. You don't have the context. Like if you're talking about the loyalty.
Yeah.
I mean, Jazz fans were loyal. Like they were going to
Yeah.
watch them blowouts, and you bench all your studs in the fourth quarter, and they were still selling seats at the Delta Center. So if you want to
Yeah.
talk about loyalty, then maybe they are.
They are.
You know.
Yeah, the tweet was Mammoth and Jazz fans are simply next level. Top fan bases in both. I don't think he said best. So.
Top.
But top.
What is the
Top.
difference between top and the best?
Well, top can be top 3, top 4,
Top 10.
top 10. Yeah.
No, you're at the top of the mountain. You're the highest.
I guess is how you read into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
King of the hill.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is how it sounded as Darren Peterson became the newest Jazz man last night. Here's Adam Silver with the pick.
With the second pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson from the University of Kansas.
Sweet Sue.
Well, the Utah Jazz, they
That
feel
suit
like
is
they just
clean.
selected another number
Yeah,
one
Devonta's
pick
was
in
more
Darren Peterson, a
flashy.
freshman
It had all
out of
the
Kansas.
stuff
He
on
And the
averaged
it.
tribute
just
to the
over 20
kid
points
that
a
would have been
game.
drafted that
Yeah.
died. You see that?
Yeah.
Freshman in Kansas
Peterson's was
history.
kind of just
And
clean,
veteran
like you say,
CJ McCollum,
basic.
who's one of Peterson's mentors.
Pretty cool.
I like that suit
And then
a lot.
there is one quote that I wanted to play for Jazz Nation. And Peterson talking about his goals for next season. I think this is very topical. Everyone wants him to play more games at Kansas, right? The coming out early, sitting out games, being out before the injury report comes out. But this time, on his goals for his rookie season, I thought this was very compelling to hear Darren talk about what his goals are.
Goals, play all 82 games. Coming off the year I had at Kansas, I didn't get to play all the games that I wanted to. My first goal was to play all 82, make the playoffs. Try to get a ring. I seen some rookies get deep in the playoffs, and they kind of inspired me to get there. They came up short, but I want to get all the way and get a ring.
We want you to as well.
I mean, the ring is a great goal, but that might not be attainable in the first couple years of being on the Jazz. I don't think anyone's thinks that they're a contender.
Another hot take.
So, not a hot take. I don't think they're a contender, but to play all 82, that's a realistic goal that he can control. He can be the reason that he goes out every night. If he's not severely hurt or on the injury report, I don't want to see any load management games, though, like last year at Kansas. I don't want to see him just taking a night off to take a night off.
Yeah.
I think his goal of playing all 82 is very admirable, and I like that.
It's a good goal. It's a good goal. I don't have very much confidence that he can play all 82. Sometimes injuries are out of your hands a little bit. I mean, somebody comes down on you, elbow to the forehead, and you get 82 cuts across your forehead, and you miss a game.
With
I've
those
never
injuries,
seen that happen with the basketball player.
Well,
like-
you've never
it's
seen
not like
Paul
he took
dunk
his
and break a
game.
backboard and the glass shatter into your mud.
Yeah, that's right.
Never seen Stan Podolak dunk, have you?
You're gonna step on
He
a
did dunk in Space Jam, or tried to, right?
You realize that's a movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A cartoon.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna sprain an occasional ankle, but it is a good goal based
Yeah, it
on
is.
where he's been and based on the criticism
perception. Yeah.
of him and his durability.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, cannot really fault the Jazz for not trying to move up and give away the farm when you can take a quality player like Darren Peterson at number 2. The Jazz were at the mercy of the Wizards, and they go Bonza. It would have been a Jersey dream come true for the fanatics and all the marketing people for the Utah Jazz. I mean, they would have had a field day with AJ. But Peterson, a lot of people love this guy. I mean, again, I was kind of bracing myself for Peterson weeks and weeks and weeks ago. You kind of just felt like it was going to play out that way, and AJ was going to go to the Wiz. I just didn't think they could pass on him.
Yeah,
And-
it's a good development piece for the Jazz. I mean, there was a lot of fans of the Jazz.
Paulie, development piece. He's going to score over 20 a game this year for the Utah
for
Jazz.
For the core. I mean, they've got some guys that are.
I thought you were talking about Peterson.
No. Peterson is part of the core, but the young core. 5 years ago, the starting five for the Jazz was Chris Dunn, Ochai Agbaji, Lucas Samanic, Juan Toscano Anderson, and Aduke Azubuike. That was the starting five 3 years ago. So whatever you believe about Austin and Danny Ainge, they've completely flipped the roster. Their new starting five, Keontae George, presumable maybe all-star this year. Darren Peterson, shooting guard, rookie, going to be great. Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson, and Walker Kessler, presumably if he re-signs.
No, he's got a year left on his contract.
Well, restricted free agency, he could take an offer sheet from another team.
Yeah, I mean, the Jazz they're gonna work that out. You need a rim protector and a rebounder for this really to run forward and make that progression. You need Walker Kessler. I know there's a lot of smoke about the Lakers' interest in him and another big man down there in LA, but I think the Jazz are going to have to pay Walker Kessler. He's part of their plans long term.
Yeah, Peterson's 19, Bailey's 19, Collier's 21. Keontae's 22, Bryce Sensabaugh's 22, Filipowski 22, Kessler 24, Jaren Jackson 26, and the elder statesman Lauri Markkanen is 29. So every star player on the Jazz or up and coming player is under the age of 30.
No, it's what Jazz fans have been waiting for.
Yeah,
to not tank, to actually play to win. And I think you're going to see Austin and Danny Ainge and Ryan Smith and this organization. You're going to finally see what Coach can actually do.
Yeah.
trying to win instead of lose.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Will Hardy has kind of had his hands tied to the steering wheel.
Yes.
And he's just been driving the shit, but he really can't move his hands too much because they're tied to the dang steering wheel.
Yeah.
Like, what do we get out of Will Hardy? We've seen some moments where he can be animated and fiery.
Yeah.
We've seen him, some moments like not say anything and give death stares to players. Like, what will he do when he actually is told, now go win games, young Will Hardy?
Yeah.
Will that be, okay,
It's time to let
better
the horses
coaching?
run. It's
Yeah.
time to let them run. You got all the thoroughbreds now. You got Jaron Jackson Jr., Lowry Markkinen, both been all-stars. You got a young core of Keontae, Peterson, and Kessler, presumably. I think this is the year that Utah Jazz fans can expect to win now. You should expect to be flirting with the playoffs or in the play-in games this year, coming up, I think. I think that they got a good enough core.
Absolutely. I'm not going to disagree with you there. And we will take a break. Lots more of Peterson to the Jazz, AJ to the Wizards. Boozer goes 3 to Memphis.
Yes.
Some of the other surprise picks, a deep dive on last night's NBA draft continues when we come back here to the Finley Hyundai Studios.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Show today brought to you by the Rev Tour. We are playing Coral Canyon Golf Course this week in the Summer Rev Golf Tour. Real competition, real progression, real leaderboard, real stakes, optional skins. This is the People's Tour locally. It's growing. You play weekly. You got to, from Sunday to Sunday to play your round. You got to play different courses, and you can earn your ticket through performances and grit. And you're in a flight with common skilled golfers, so it's all flighted. So you're not, playing against a scratch golfer if you're a 20 handicap golfer. It's flighted. There's only 4, 5, 6 people in your flight, so they've really narrowed the margin. So they've tried to make it as close a competition as you can get. So check it out, therevstg.com.
Yeah.
Therevstg.com. Use FAN50 and you'll save $50 off your annual membership. It's only $2.99 right now. That price will go up eventually. But you can get on out there and you can have some fun. Paulie has not joined yet, but Tara and I have.
Yeah.
And I thought there was like a brief sliver of hope that Paulie was going to maybe make the leap.
Yes.
But then he realized he had to actually practice his chipping and putting.
And have clubs.
And his speed from the cart to the tee box.
Yes. You were very critical of that the other day.
Yeah.
My pace on the course.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too slow.
Too slow for you. I understand.
Yeah.
Slow moving guy sometimes.
It was a slow moving first round last night of the NBA draft. For the record, 5 minutes.
Good segue.
5 minutes between picks felt like forever.
Yeah.
And then I can't tell you how many times, let's go down to the podium. And they're like, well, there must be a delay. They're taking some time to get their pick in. It's like it wasn't 5 minutes on the button and they were at the podium with the announcement.
No.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a pet peeve for me last night. But hey, it's June. There's not a lot else going on if you weren't watching World Cup or the Minnesota game. I had the 4-box going last night with the World Cup, the draft on 2 channels, and then the Major League Baseball game. But look, it was a fun, entertaining draft. I want to open up the forum here, Tara, Paulie.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise. What pick was the biggest surprise to you each last night? Because for me,
I said Merez.
I thought it was Keaton Wagler going as high as he did at number 5. I thought he went a little earlier than I thought he would. I thought he'd go top 10. I just didn't think he would go at number 5.
Yeah, I thought Acuff was going to go at number 5. So that was surprising, but it wasn't my biggest shocker.
Yeah. Paulie, biggest surprise?
I know he was kind of tabbed as being like a top 10, top 7 pick, but I'm kind of with Tara, taking Mikael Brown Jr. over Acuff. I didn't agree with that for the Nets, who took him 1 pick before Darius Acuff went to the Kings. So I think that could be one of the notable misses in the draft. You take a guy like Mikael Brown, really good player at Louisville, but he's a volume scorer. I think Acuff's got a skill that no one else in this draft has.
High ceiling for Brown.
High ceiling.
Looked like he's raised really well. I was impressed with his interview. I think, his parents, I was impressed with him.
Yeah.
I just think Acuff is the better player. And I think that if you're taking a guard, why not take the best guard on the board?
It was interesting. I mean, I thought there was a moment there where Dusty May was getting a lot of camera time because there was Merez Johnson Jr. There was, through all 3 of his stars went there within a handful of picks there.
Yeah, it went from 9
to 13.
Morez, Johnson, then Yaxel at 11, and Mara at 12.
Or 12, yeah.
So 3 out of the 4 picks were Michigan men.
Was that a surprise that Dusty May was not in the war room, was not involved in all the scouting, and then they took Merez Johnson Jr. at 9. A lot of people surprised by that pick.
He was proud papa mode last night, just watching his young bucks get drafted. So, and he gets one of them. Did he get the best one of them though? I don't know. I like Yaxel a little more than Merez Johnson, but I think he made the pick
versus older,
24-year-old. Yeah, we mentioned that yesterday.
Yaxel's more of a 3. Merez Johnson Jr. Jr., probably more of a 4.
Yeah, he was the leading rebounder on the Wolverines last year. So he is a guy, even though Mara is much taller, he was the leading bounder for him. So I like to see that for Morez, but I think his offensive game a little weaker and not as polished. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think Michigan had the best. We always talk about Alabama and Ohio State and football getting all the picks, but last night it was a Michigan night for the NBA draft.
Yeah, and a Big 12 night.
And a Big 12 night. That's right.
There was 9 Big 12 players taken in the first round.
Yes.
The AJ, of course, number 1. Darren Peterson, number 2. And then
Fleming's 9.
Fleming's 9. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then they go all the way to
Burry's 10.
Yep. And I love that kid.
Yeah, Burry's
I thought that was a sneaky pick. I think that's a good fit.
Yeah. I think for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you look to rebuild with now post Giannis, I thought that was a smart pick by the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really liked.
I like Fleming's at 8 to Atlanta too. I'm not going to lie. I think he's going to be an impact defender right out of the gate. When you play for Kelvin Sampson, you have a level of grit and toughness, and it's going to be easier to play for somebody else.
Yeah,
than it is Kelvin Sampson. He demands a lot out of you.
He is. He's a very demanding coach, and I think he gets the most out of his guys. And I think that Fleming's will be a very good pro. One of my favorite picks of the entire first round was number 23. The team that got Kingston Fleming's got him a big man to throw down low to. How about my guy Zuby Ejiofor from St. John's? Played for Patino. He's much like Kelvin Sampson. He's going to get a level of toughness that you don't get from a normal coach. I think Zuby's going to be a good pro for the Hawks.
I agree. Yeah, I thought that was some fun picks. I loved what some teams did shuffling in the 20s. I was surprised that some of the teams that drafted some of the players and then were involved in the trades, I was like, oh, that's a really good fit. And then you hear about the trade and you're like, why didn't you keep that guy?
Yeah.
You know, and they have other plans, and I'm not sure what those plans are, but it wasn't the fit they were looking for. But and it kind of fooled me a little bit last night. Did that happen to you guys at all last night?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I was more concerned with just seeing some of the mainstays in college hoops that are non-freshman division, like Bennett Sturts, the shooter from Iowa. Where was he going to go? Former D3 guy, goes all the way up the ranks to D1, one of the best players in the entire tournament last year for Iowa. He goes 16 overall. That's pretty good for Bennett Sturts. Another pick I really liked, another just titan of college hoops, was Terrace Reed. I mean, he was a late first round pick.
Give me the best pick of the night.
Pick of the night.
All 30 picks. I know there's picks you liked, but what was your favorite pick of the night? Could be 1, could be 30, could be any pick, your favorite.
I think number 4 for the Bulls, Caleb Wilson.
Yeah.
I've got my eye on Caleb Wilson being like another Kevin Garnett. I think he has limitless athleticism. He can shoot. He got hurt last year. He broke his hand and really derailed his season. I think a lot of people forgot about just how good he really is because he didn't play in March Madness. So no one got to see him like they saw Boozer and Peterson and DeBonza in March. I'm going to say Caleb Wilson.
Their other pick the Bulls took was Dalen Swain.
Yeah,
they took him at
Texas.
15. That was a big surprise. Maybe he had him going a little higher than a lot of people had mocked him.
He led Texas in rebound or assists and points last year. He was their kind of spark plug.
So the Bulls had Caleb Wilson and Swain to Josh Giddey and what's his name? Noah Essengue?
Essengue.
Pretty nice young player. Who else do the Bulls have? I'm trying to think who else is on their rosters. They try to rebuild. They're going through a full rebuild.
They've got a recalibration for sure, and they'll be a better team next year because of it. I think a lot of these teams that picked in the top 10 will get a nice bump from their rookies.
Tara, best pick of the night for you. What was the best pick where you went? You cheered the loudest. You thought that makes the most sense.
What got you on your feet last night?
For me, it was number 13, Nate Ament.
13, all right. Look at that, the Tennessee Vol.
Yep, going to Milwaukee.
Okay.
And I thought that was a great pick for them.
I thought LeBaron Philon Jr. to the 76ers at 22. I mean, this kid had a bunch of 20-point games at Alabama. And a lot of people had him as the 12th, 13th ranked prospect in the draft.
Yeah.
And I was listening to Bobby Marks's comments on him, and he said, what stood out to me is how Phylon took the constructive criticism he got from the 2025 draft combine and applied it to the past season. He improved his three-point shooting from 32% to 40%. So you get a guy that made big strides, that tested the draft, stayed in college, and now you get him at 22. I thought that was a huge pick for the 76ers.
Yeah, I like that pick. I also like, we talked about him a little bit yesterday, but the 6'11", 240-pounder from Houston, Chris Senac. I mean, this guy, he's just scratching the surface of what he can do. He wasn't even a starter on Houston last year, more of a rotational guy.
He got better as the season went on.
He did, and he can shoot threes at 6'11". He's
that
kind of the
really
true big man.
Yeah.
Down the stretch in Big 12 play.
Yeah, he's kind of a true NBA big guy, like a stretch. Like he can stretch you away from the basket.
Really high release, though. Tough to block his shots from outside. If he can get better at that three-point shot, he could be very dangerous.
But viewed largely as a project. A lot of people view him as a project play where it might be something that booms for you 3-4 years down the road.
Yeah.
He needs some more time to develop. But I like that pick for the Celtics.
All right. What team helped themselves the most in the draft last night?
Wow. Okay. It's
I
hard. It's really hard.
I think Mara.
You think the Thunder?
Yeah, the Thunder.
Sam
Getting that
Presti,
big guy
they
and-
have the draft process down. I agree with Tara on that one because you get Ade Mara at number 12, and then you get Bennett Sturts at 16. Those were
Shooter
your
and a big guy.
those are your clear needs.
Yeah, they're to a point where their team is rounded out. They've got stars, they got role players. Now they're just drafting for needs, like what they
Sturts
actually
probably
need.
I don't know how he fits in the rotation. He probably comes off the bench for them.
Oh yeah, he's a bench guy,
And,
but
and
he'll be a
Mara
great shooter.
might come off the bench. They could both be in that top 7-8 though in the rotation, and really when SGA's dominating the ball, and now Mara can pick and roll and pick and pop, and then you've got Chet Holmgren on the other side. That is
And Mara can pass too. He is a great passer. I could see him playing a lot.
And because of the threats around you, Bennett Sturts becomes a huge asset because if you leave him alone, he is going to knock it down.
He's knocked down, yeah.
Yeah,
he's
probably
good.
the second best shooter in this draft behind Darren Peterson, most people believe.
Okay.
I thought the Knicks helped themselves last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cameron Carr from Baylor. I liked him.
Yep.
They traded him though. I'm sorry.
I thought the Spurs, they went and got the kid played for Mark Pope, Jaden Quaintance.
Yeah.
And then they got Terrace Reed Jr., so they've got some more size around Victor Wembanyama, who got beaten up a little bit in the finals. Bumped around by a physical Knicks defense. I thought the Spurs helped themselves last night.
What's the biggest reach?
Biggest reach.
I've got mine.
Go ahead. Give me a second.
I'm going to say Morez Johnson. I think that you kind of reached on him because you got familiarity with Dusty May and him being the coach-player relationship they had last year. He was ranked as the 8th player at his position, 15th overall player by The Athletic, ESPN. They've got a composite ranking here of all the mocks. He was mocked anywhere from 8 to 15, and most of the mocks having him towards that 15 mark. He went 9. So I think that's a nice, pretty good pick for a reach.
Maybe Joshua Jefferson to the Nets at 28. A lot of
catastrophic injury.
Yeah, had the big injury, but as a pro's pro, kind of has an old man flow and an old man game to him. He's never in a hurry, but he's super smooth. And when they lost him to injury, their season unraveled in the tournament.
Yeah.
They fell apart. I thought they had a Final Four team. In fact, I had Iowa State in the Final Four, and when he couldn't go, but man, I saw him play during the regular season against Arizona. This guy is really, really good, but
Great
still,
shooter.
I was proud that Joshua Jefferson bet on himself and showed up and stood in the stands with his family. He was not invited into the green room with the table, but he got to enjoy that moment, and he rolled the dice. I mean, that's a risky proposition. You don't want to be embarrassed. The cameras are going to find you. You're going to go home after the first round, not get drafted after you bet on yourself that you would be, and you would get that moment. Now, there was a couple of people that were invited that were not drafted. last night.
I think we got the clip of Jefferson in the stands with his family. This is, I was telling you in the break about a specific player I watched when I was younger and getting picked out of the stands, and it is always cool. So this is Adam Silver announcing the pick of Joshua Jefferson.
Scanning. There.
Look at that.
I mean, he's not nosebleed.
No, he's right in the thick of it.
Yeah. That is cool.
Just amongst the fans and
Yeah.
the families. That's pretty cool
That
stuff.
is cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I thought maybe Christian Anderson, biggest reach at 15 to the Hornets.
See, I like Christian Anderson from Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I like him.
I would go with Dalen Swain, 15 to the Bulls. You know, there's
Yeah.
a few little, but I mean, trying to do something other than Merez Johnson Jr. that you picked at number 9.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
It's a notable reach.
Yeah.
All right.
I think but look, you're going for fit. You're going. I mean, Dusty May. I'm
Who
sure
knows him better than Dusty?
nobody.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody. All right, a lot of draft coverage. We're still going to talk best players available in the second round. That'll be tonight, and a bunch more as we keep rolling along inside the Finley Hyundai Studios. Back in a flash.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Everybody, welcome back. It is The Drive. What's going on? Show today brought to you by our friends at Prime IV. Prime IV, if you're feeling sluggish, feeling like you need a boost to energy, get on down there and get the Champion, the Myers. Go get the Glow for your skin, your nails. They got one called the Skinny. They got dozen plus super powerful drips. You can always get vitamin D shot while you're there, or any other great products. Check them out on the website. Just go to primeivstg.com. I've been taking their super powerful drips for a couple of years now and absolutely love it. In fact, I'm going to be in on Friday. I got to decide what drip I'm going to get on Friday, but I wanted to hit something up before the hustle and bustle of a little vacation just to charge me up through the dog days of summer. So I'm going to be stopping by on Friday and seeing our friends at Prime IV, and always get my daughter a drip before soccer tournaments. My wife loves going in there for the Glow. Tara has mentioned multiple times. Which one's your favorite? Is it the Glow, or do you like the other ones?
I like the Glow, but I always get like the glutathione boost and some of that stuff I add on. Yeah.
Do some AD. Is it ADA plus? 80 plus?
I think so.
You do add that to your. It was supposed to help with anti-aging.
And it has like the GHK CU or something that is anti-aging, like the peptide. So I like that one.
Yep.
That's my favorite.
Good stuff. Good stuff. World Cup was hopping again yesterday. So the last 2 days we've had the big names out. We had another goal-scoring barrage from Messi and Holland and Mbappe, and then we had we had Harry Kane yesterday.
Lay an egg.
In action. England draw 0-0 with Ghana yesterday.
Yeah, we can't play it, but Harry Kane had a
wide open shot.
Airmailed it. I was like, whoa,
It
what
was
are you
bad.
doing?
Yep. Yep. And then you had Ronaldo turn back the
Ronaldo.
clock a little bit against Uzbekistan, who is not a good team. They're going home. But at least Ronaldo on some runs was able to make some things happen, and he had 2 goals. So he becomes the Colombian, or the Portuguese, youngest player ever to score in a World Cup, and now the oldest player at 41 years old to score for his country.
Interesting.
That might be a record that will never be broken.
Yeah, I saw some of his a clip on Twitter of Ronaldo's media availability after the game, and it was a pretty interesting clip when they asked about Messi. He instantly said, "Next question."
Really? Because Messi had his back.
Really?
Yeah, Messi was asked if he wasn't going to win the cup, who would he like to see win it? And he said Ronaldo.
Really?
That it would be huge for for Portugal. And
we got the clip of him at the media availability. It was
first player to ever score in 6 different World Cups, too. I mean, he's been playing World Cups for 24 years.
Yeah.
It's incredible longevity of Ronaldo's career. And obviously, this is going to be his final World Cup at 41. You can't imagine him coming back at 45.
No. I wouldn't think so.
But good to see him get a brace yesterday.
It was good. And, he is maybe not as firmly in the golden boot race as the others, but he still doesn't want to hear people talking about Messi. This is what he had to say. I mean, I think this is in Portuguese, but they're for our viewers, you can see what he says.
Ayer Lionel Messi marcó 2 goles, Mbappé, Haaland, y tú sigues demostrando que eres
so just go ahead.
Just cut him off. He was like, I don't want to hear any of that Messi noise. So that's weird how Messi
should just stop having his back.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't mean he was. That's not a shot at Messi. That's just saying, hey, I want to talk about the game. I don't want to talk about comparisons right now. And I don't think in that context you should be passing on that. I think you should have, a sportsmanship answer. Hey, Messi's
Messi played a
great.
great game.
A lot of respect for him. I still think I'm the greatest. However you want to spin that. He probably could have answered that question by dodging the question. He actually draws more attention to it than not, I think.
Yes. And I don't ever claim to be like a soccer super fan or soccer Paul or any of that, but I did see
Don't worry, we will never call you Paulie on the pitch.
Paulie on the pitch. I like
Don't worry.
Paulie on the pitch.
That's not a nickname that we'd ever thought of for
but
you.
I've watched more soccer the last 3 days than I have in like 20 years, and I can just see Messi's teammates love him. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look as if Ronaldo's teammates feel the same way about him. Just from the optics.
He's a diva.
Yeah. just from optically. It just seems like Messi is more of the people's man. You know, he just seems like more of the consummate teammate. Ronaldo kind of seems a little big for the other guys in the room sometimes. It's just my read from watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, there's
Holly
frustration
on the pitch.
You're in the World Cup. Like, I saw Holland getting very frustrated when he wasn't getting some looks.
Same with Harry Kane yesterday.
These guys all want the ball, but you got 11 other players on the field, and sometimes you don't feel like you're getting as many touches. You're very reliant on your teammates.
Yes.
In the game of soccer.
That's right.
I mean, you have multiple quarterbacks in soccer.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have just one that you got to be buddy-buddy with. You got to be buddy-buddy with everybody because you never know when that through ball can come to you at any moment from any spot on the field.
Yeah.
But I have been very fascinated with the World Cup. A lot of World Cups we've seen, and I thought with the heat and the hydration breaks, we would see teams slow the pace. We've seen a lot of attack and penetration. It's been a very fascinating World Cup to watch. All right, hour 2, best players in the second round. We'll compare drafts. Lots to get to. Stick with us.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Who wants to hit the lake? Probably not a bad day to hit the lake. Little
It's rainy.
overcast. Only supposed to be a high of 98 today.
Yeah.
We got a little rain that just touched
Might not
down
get sunburned.
in parts of southern Utah. I don't know. Sometimes the UV rays can be
Even worse. Yeah,
just as bad when it's cloudy. I swear to goodness.
Yeah.
We were really draft heavy. We'll get back into the draft, but let's get you some headlines here and check in on what's trending. It's brought to you by our friends at Game Day Men's Health. Game Day Men's Health makes it easy for guys to look and feel their best. This is a cool office, man cave environment, TVs in every room, fridge with protein shakes and snacks and drinks and juices and all that kind of stuff. Great staff. And guys, this is where you can go get your peptides. This is where you can go do weight loss. This is where you can go get on your testosterone replacement therapy. They offer free T-tests. That's the big thing. If you've never had your T tested, you could be clinically low on T and you don't even know that's why you're feeling off or tired or run down or don't have that energy to mow the lawn after you get off work or go to the gym after you get off work. So go get your free T-test, Game Day Men's Health. Tell them The Drive sent you over here on the Fan Sports Network. It's absolutely free. And then if you do need testosterone replacement therapy, only $50 a week right now for a limited time. They are as low as anybody. So for as little as $200 a month, you can be fixing that low T. So go pick up the phone right now, your smarty phone, and call or text Game Day Men's Health to reclaim your game. They have sexual performance products as well. If your libido is lacking right now as you age, that does tend to happen. Reclaim your game. Call or text. Free T-tests. Results back in 15 minutes. Okay, here's the number. 435-265-4223. That is 435-265-4223. Let's get to what's trending. The top of the draft went chalky, kind of what the mocks had projected. A.J. Dibonza goes number 1 overall, first ever BYU Cougar to the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, pretty big pickup for the Wiz, who have totally reshaped their roster. They add A.J. as the cornerstone piece to a rebuilding and now somewhat rebuilt starting 5 for the Washington Wizards.
And Trae Young tweeted, hey, welcome in. We're going to talk.
About his number. AJ wants 3 really bad.
Yeah.
But that will be interesting.
I thought that was a good tweet back from Trae Young, though. Like, hey, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, gotta talk.
Get here. Let's go. Excited to have you. Kind of a tweet, you know?
Yes. Like some guys in the NFL, NBA, MLB, I've seen pay upwards of 6 figures to get a number. So
yeah, but some of that includes buyout because they have to buy out all of the already printed merchandise and stuff with their number and name on it, or the jersey and stuff. Yeah, they don't keep all of it. It's some of it's a buyout.
Yep. And sometimes they'll donate some of it to charity.
Yeah.
Sure. And it's not exactly a money grab. They might have a little extra. Who knows?
Yeah.
But with the number 2 pick, with AJ not staying in Utah, I mean, it would have been a dream come true scenario. Had the Wizards went with Darren Peterson. They don't. They go with the Bonza, and that means Darren Peterson. I absolutely love the need. It fixes the shooting position. You got now him at the 2 with Keontae at the 1, and then you can go big on the front court with Markkanen and Jaren Jackson Jr. and even Walker Kessler. That is a very formidable starting 5, assuming Walker Kessler resigns. If not, you start Ace Bailey.
Yeah, the over-under for the Utah Jazz wins last year was 18.5. What will it be this year? They have not been released as of yet.
I'm guessing it's going to be halfway between that and 42. So, so I'm guessing it's going to be 32, 31, 32, 33, somewhere in that neck of the woods.
Okay.
You're going to see a little bit of a jump with Darren Peterson. I think he's
a huge jump. Jaren Jackson in the lineup as well.
I think he's a guy that can come in and score 20 to 25 in his rookie season.
That's right.
I mean, we saw him scoring more than any other freshman at Kansas in the history of Jayhawks basketball at over 20 a game in college, and he missed 11 games.
Yeah, pretty good school for basketball.
With some big names that have been through there.
That's right. So I think it's still not updated, so they have not released win totals yet, but
probably coming in the next week or so.
Couple days, yeah.
Yep. They'll be coming. Summer League is coming. Of course, Jazz Summer League, they've released the schedule up there where you can see Peterson.
I might go to that. I might actually venture up there and take in Peterson's first professional game as a Jazz man. That'd be kind of cool.
The Jazz Summer League schedule is always fun. They usually do the Vegas too.
Yeah.
And you can get some really affordable tickets and see a lot of these. This would be a good year, I think, to go to Summer League because now not everybody's gonna play every game, but you're gonna have so many stars and so many talented freshmen. They're gonna want to get reps. So it's gonna be fun. So the Jazz will host
July 4th, 6th, and 7th.
Correct.
The John M. Huntsman Center at University of Utah.
Yep. They had to move it from the Delta Center because of the remodeling.
Yeah.
So they'll be over at the University of Utah campus playing. And then they will go down to the NBA 2K Summer League down in Las Vegas. So
does Kyle Filipowski give up the number 22 to DP?
I saw the 22 on the instant, posts on social with the Jazz jersey on him.
College number, high school number.
Yep.
Does Filipowski give it up?
Good question.
I hope so.
Good question. Don't you think the PR team, like when they find out it's Peterson, like they have a whole list of things they have to go do, and that's one of them is figure out the jersey numbers for the upcoming season?
He actually seems like a really laid back, chill dude, though. So I don't think he would care much if he didn't get the number. Whereas AJ, it sounds like he really wants number 3 pretty bad. He's said in a few podcasts, he said right after he's drafted, hey, I got to talk to Trey. So I think his number 3 means something to AJ DeBonza.
Yeah. I don't know the meaning of the number. I'm sure there's a story out there that will be written if it has not been already, but I don't know the backstory.
It's Babe Ruth's number.
It's funny how athletes get really attached to numbers, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, you go through your whole little league to high school to college to pro. Like some guys keep the same number the whole way, so they get attached. So I understand.
You've also got, Boozer going 3.
Yeah.
Caleb Wilson goes 4. Wagler goes 5 to the Clippers. That was a surprise to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Rounding out the top 10, Mikael Brown Jr. goes to Brooklyn at 6. Darius Acuff Jr. 7 to the Kings. Kingston Fleming goes at 8. And I love this guard out of Houston. I think this is a great pick. You pair him with some really talented young players that got better after Trey Young left. And then you round out the top 10 with Merez Johnson Jr., which was Paulie's biggest surprise in the first round, biggest stretch, if you will.
Sure.
And then Braden Burries to Milwaukee at number 10. And then right there, missing the top 10, but I think this is a great fit. You talk about great matches. Yaxel Lindenborg going to play with Steph Curry and Draymond Green. He's 23. He's NBA ready to plug and play. I think he instantly becomes a starter for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, best player available, and a guy that did not hear his name. A lot of the best player available rankings going into tonight's second round of the NBA draft have BYU's Richie Saunders at the top of the list. He is the best available. So it'll be really interesting to see where he goes at the early stages of the second round. I don't think it's more than, 5 or 6 picks into the second round before we see somebody, even if with the ACL injury to the knee, take a shot on Richie Saunders.
Gotta take a flyer. I think he's a good enough player. He could be a Peyton Pritchard, a Joe Harris, a Kyle Korver, a Mike Miller. He could be one of those type players.
Jay Billis has him best available with Henry Vassar from North Carolina, Isaiah Evans, Baba Miller, Malik Thomas.
Cincinnati. Wow, Baba.
Emmanuel Sharp. Some of the names of guys that are the best available early on day 2.
All right. I like it. All right, I'll go to the next one here. Let's go to the World Cup. As yesterday there was 4 games in action as Portugal defeated Uzbekistan 5-0 behind 2 goals from Ronaldo. England in the next game played Ghana to a 0-0 draw as Harry Kane skied a late chance, and they ended in a draw with Ghana. Both teams still looking to advance out of group play. Croatia defeated Panama 1-0 behind a goal from Budimir, and Colombia defeated the Congo 1-0. And today your World Cup Oh, 1-0. I'm sorry.
You can still say 0.
Yes.
Come on, Pitch Polly.
Come on. Yeah.
Pitch Polly. That's right. I got to know. The games today, Bosnia-Herzegovina and Qatar. I've been told it's not Qatar. It's Qatar is how it's pronounced.
By who?
By the guys on the broadcast.
So the announcers have been saying it wrong for years?
For their whole life.
Yes. I don't know. That's what I heard on the last broadcast was Qatar. So I thought it was Qatar, but Switzerland and Canada go at 1 o'clock. Morocco and Haiti, Scotland, Brazil, and Czechia and Mexico.
There's promises we deliver on the show. 1, we'll always have fun. 2, we'll always be honest with our listeners. 3, me and Paul will guaranteed argue at some point during the show. Tara will roll her eyes, guaranteed during the show. But we will never be perfect on pronunciations. We will none of us will ever be perfect on pronunciations, and I'm not going to pretend like I know all the pronunciations.
I think it's pronunciation, right?
Exactly. That's my point. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you really do.
I gotcha. Bang, bang. Yeah. Gotcha with one.
What did I say? Pronunciations?
Pronunciations, correct.
And it's pronunciations?
Yes.
Nunce
is
versus
correct.
nounce?
Yes. And I forgot one last game. South Africa and South Korea will be your nightcap at 7 o'clock.
All right. Next headline, going to the world of golf. I have 2 headlines. One, Wyndham Clark was on Pardon My Take yesterday.
Yeah.
And he had sent a tweet in 2016 that said, I hate Baker Mayfield. So Pardon My Take pulls up the old tweet and said, hey, can you tell us what's going on? And he ended up looking at his PR team and he ends up telling the story. He's like, people hate me anyway. I'll just tell the story about how his girlfriend at the time cheated on him with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, we got the audio. I'm not sure. It was clean, right? Wasn't it?
It was pretty clean.
It was clean. Okay, let's give it a shot.
I don't think there was any superlatives.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Did I pronounce that right?
I think, yeah. Superlatives is like the best of something, but okay, I like that.
The best swear words. Yeah. I don't think it featured any of the best swear words.
Yeah, I don't think so. But this is Pardon My Take. This is Wyndham Clark talking about the Baker Mayfield controversy.
I was curious if I could just take you back to December 3rd, 2016. We were talking. You said haters gonna hate on Twitter earlier in this interview. You did tweet, "I hate Baker Mayfield," and I was just curious if you still feel that way. Maybe your thoughts on that. Maybe that hate in your heart's gone away, or what? Maybe where you're at on that.
I'm trying to decide if I should tell the story.
Yeah.
All right, screw it. I don't care. People already hate me. So. No, it's not that bad. My PR team's here.
Listen, your PR team's on the hot seat because we're coming up with ideas they never thought of.
No, they didn't. They prepped me for everything. They didn't prep me for this one. My girlfriend at the time cheated on me with Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
so
that's a fair tweet.
But here's what I was saying. Everyone's dying. As I have come to I'm actually a Baker fan now. I think he's a homie. That's your initial response.
Right.
Screw that guy, but really screw the,
Yeah, your girlfriend, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm a Baker fan now, but that's where it came from.
That's a totally
there is our U.S. Open
Oklahoma State
national champ defining the tweet from 2016 with Barstool guys.
Yeah. Big Cat and PMT or PFT. I think those are some of those guys.
Yeah. Good find by the producer. There.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
His PR team was not prepping him for that one. He's looking over his shoulder at the PR team going, do I tell the story or not? I think now that he's got this new Emily Tanner girlfriend and you saw them hugging and kissing and she's a pretty girl and she's an influencer, I think he's in a good place with his relationship to where now he feels like he can tell that story.
Fly. Yeah, I like that.
The other big news is the new commissioner of the PGA Tour is going to be Rolap, who is from the state of Utah.
Nice.
He was doing the media rounds yesterday mid-morning, and the PGA Tour had Tiger Woods there, and they announced a huge new rollout. It's a major overhaul for the tour that will begin in 2028. They're going to create 2 levels of competition, the Champion Series and the Challenger Series. And here is what Mr. Rolap had to say about the changes.
The PGA Tour Championship Series, our working title for Track 1, will feature the best players competing against one another consistently throughout the season. The PGA Tour Championship Series will consist of 23 to 24 events, opening big in February and running through August. Every regular season event will feature 120 player fields on average and a cut with a minimum purses of $20 million per event. Ultimately, when fans tune into the PGA Tour Championship Series, they know they will see the best players in the world competing head-to-head. The PGA Tour...
They'll be basically doing away with the signature event, the no cuts. So there's no more sponsor exemptions.
Yeah.
There's no more cut signature events. Everyone has to earn their spot. So this is almost like the Premier League, where you can, if you play good, you can advance up to the Premier League. If you play badly, bottom teams get delegated down. So that's your championship series. You can stay out there playing the best of the best, or you could have to go back down to the Challenger Series, which is the second tier of the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
They're going to have at least 20 tournaments. They'll have larger fields, more like 144 players, minimum purses of $4 million. So this is for the rising stars and players that are trying to earn their way onto the championship series.
All right. I like that.
So top performers in the Challenger Series move up. Bottom performers in the championship series move down. Roughly 20-ish players will be promoted up or down every year.
Okay.
So more of the best players competing against the other best players more often.
Yeah.
And it's going to be easier to understand the process of who's moving up and who's moving down. And I think that'll make those 22, 23 events a lot more meaningful throughout the year.
I would agree.
And I think it does give you a stronger pathway for young stars from the Korn Ferry or the DP World Tour, the PGA Tour University program for the college kids now to get onto the Challenger and then make their way to the Championship Series. So some very big changes. Not coming next year, 27. They'll be coming the following year in 2028. So the PGA Tour is getting a new promotion and relegation system, and they'll split into two series. I actually am really excited about this. Biggest PGA Tour shakeup in decades, really. And I think more top player matchups, clearer storylines. I think it's going to be good.
I like it. Another thing that'll be good, big news in college sports from Chris Vanini from The Athletic. The D1 cabinet has approved a new age-based 5-year eligibility model. 5 years of eligibility, no red shirts or extensions. Clock starts at 19 years old or college enrollment, whichever is earlier. And there are only keyword exemptions for pregnancy, military, and missions. Those are the only 3 exceptions to the 5-year rule.
Yep. So these transition rules have been finalized. Waivers are officially eliminated. There's hard cutoffs, but you know, there's going to be a lot of questions. They put a lot of 5-for-5 model out there now. The old model, you know, and now the new model. 5 seasons and 5 years, every season counts.
Yes, I like this. This should clear up the whole waiver situation, the Trinidad Chambliss, getting denied and approved and denied. This should provide a clear one rule, one procedure, one way to handle college sports and your eligibility.
They've also clarified when the clock starts. So it's either when you turn age 19, the academic year after your 19th birthday, or when your full-time college enrollment starts.
Yeah.
So if you're a high school grad, is not a trigger for this when you high school graduate.
No.
It's when you enroll.
Yes.
Athletes gain the 5th season to play. It's a simpler, more predictable eligibility rule sheet. But you lose the redshirt seasons. That's basically eliminated now.
Yeah.
The medical hardship waivers eliminated. The post-grad transfer loopholes
too
closed.
many ways to get through Pandora's box.
Yep.
The 5-year model, I like it.
I do too. I think we needed this probody 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 2 years in the making, but 2 years late at the same time.
Yes.
So, the other headline, if you haven't heard, Brendan Sorsby won't be in the supplemental draft.
Yep.
He did apply in time, but he got a letter from the NFL saying they've denied and they will not be holding the supplemental draft, even though he's 3 days. They said and one of the excuses, we only had 3 business days to deal with this. They're already, a lot of court time for Brendan Sorsby, and now there's going to be more because they're going to appeal this with the NFLPA. But it looks like he will not, as of right now, be allowed to play in the NFL in the upcoming season because the league has elected not to hold the supplemental draft.
Yes. Schefter, 20 hours ago, obtained a letter from Larry Farazani, who is the general counsel of the NFL Management Council, and he mailed this letter, and in closing, the last paragraph, as Commissioner Goodell has emphasized, participation in the NFL is a privilege that carries significant responsibilities, including accountability. By all accounts, you are a talented player with potential for future success. We encourage you to focus on preparing for possible entry into the NFL through the 2027 NFL annual draft. So there will no shot of him getting into the NFL this season. He's not going to play football anywhere. The portal's closed. He's outlawed from college football. The NFL is not holding a supplemental. So Brendan Sorsby will probably just be working out by himself and with a trainer for at least a year.
Yeah, and I guess in the supplemental draft rules, the league retains the sole discretion to determine whether it's appropriate to hold a supplemental draft in a given year or not.
Yeah.
And they have decided they will not. We'll see where the legal battles go with this. Is it the gambling that is haunting Sorsby? Probably. I mean, the league's saying, okay, this guy's got an issue. Let's.
Of all the leagues, and NBA has been penetrated. Rozier, the MLB, Clase, the closer for the Indians, was throwing doctored pitches. One thing that we haven't seen is the big bad NFL be penetrated by a gambler.
Yeah.
I know Calvin Ridley put in some parlays other teams and other sports, and he was suspended for a long time. Wasn't Jamison Williams as well for the Detroit Lions? They hear any inkling that you're doing this, you're suspended the whole season or at least half, even if it's not your sport you're playing. So I don't think that they want to even take the risk with this year. They want to give him another year, let him mature some more, maybe let him come out for next year's draft. It makes sense to me.
I wonder if he sues the NFL.
He will.
For restraint of trade.
His agent has already said that they are preparing legal proceedings with the NFLPA.
Is Brendan Sorsby a first-round talent?
I don't think so.
Because if he can, I mean,
just because you're the top portal guy doesn't mean you project to the NFL. He's not a very big kid. I think he's like a 6'2" kid.
The funny thing to me is in the letter it says filed 3 days before the deadline. That comment by the NFL is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you're implying it should have been filed before the deadline? Then what the heck do you have a deadline for?
He's 6'3". I was wrong. 6'3", 235. So, yeah, I mean, career completion percentage for Sorsby, he's never been an accurate passer. 61% last year. 57 his sophomore year. I mean, I don't know. I don't think in a league of accuracy where you've got to be pinpoint, tight windows, this guy's a big deep ball merchant. He loves just throwing it up there and letting his receiver run under it.
A lot of people are having fun with this on social media. A lot of people saying, nobody go to history class anymore. Go read the Pete Rose saga.
Well, I've been saying that.
How soon another comment from people, how soon we forget the NFL is thinking we control the gambling, the teams, and who wins and loses, not some guy who bets.
Yeah. Oh. I've heard those conspiracies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorsby looks like he will not be playing anywhere, and he'll have a year off to train and have to look at 2027. Unless a judge comes in and he wins a lawsuit, then he'll at least get a payday.
Well, he'll get a payday, but it's not like they're going to hold a impromptu supplemental. So
yeah.
I think his chances of playing organized football are over for this year.
Yeah. Going to be interesting. Those are your top 8 today headlines. Hanging out with us on the drive.
Oh, yeah, one more bonus ball. My guy, Harry Kane, didn't help my guy out yesterday. This was the parlay. We had it. It was Messi for 2, Mbappe for 2, Haaland for 2, and then Harry Kane. And I read Rovell tweeted he did not accept the $121,281.98 cash out. So he lost $500 in this whole deal. Crazy.
Trying to win $800,000 almost.
Yeah, a $796, $750.
A $500 bet to win $120,000. I would have pushed the button.
Yes, I would have pushed the button.
Didn't you ever watch Deal or No Deal and how many times they went for it and they got the lower amount?
Deal. That's a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the briefcases and they open them. Yeah, I love that.
And you get down to the last two and one's got, $100 in it, another one's got 100,000 and then your case is the $100 one.
Yes. And he actually pulled the $0 one because he did not cash out, didn't hedge. It was let it ride style, and he fell short as Harry Kane, man. Not a day for Harry.
Yeah.
Skied one, didn't really have many
Probably
shots.
the biggest sweat of that $500 life.
Yeah.
Yes, he definitely had a mega
going
sweat.
to day two.
Yeah. He was probably, his whole body was probably trembling every time Harry Kane touched the ball.
I don't know how you don't cash
Especially that
out.
missed shot by Harry Kane. I bet he was dying.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Good stuff. That's your top 8 today. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Best players available. Let's dive into the second round. Some names that could be called tonight, including Richie Saunders of BYU when we come back on The Drive. Yeah, we're back, everybody. Thank you for locking us in, loading us up here on the Fan Sports Network, coming at you on 99.5 in St. George, or 95.3, or 99.9 HD3. If you got one of those, nice cars that has the HD radio tuners in it. What's crazy is my 2020 truck had an HD, but my 2024 doesn't have an HD tuner in it. So I used to listen. It's a great sound on 99.9. That's where Coney Country is. But if you go over to the HD channels, we're on HD3. Also coming at you 93.1 in Cedar or 1400 in Parowan. Always on the app. Always listen on the website. Always watch our show on our YouTube page. We thought about going back in time to when we had AJ DiBonza in studio with us, which was the summer after Utah Prep before he went to BYU.
Yeah.
And played last year. So this is about a year ago. But we talked a lot about a variety of different things as he goes number 1 overall. I saw a lot of people posting pictures of him with, fans of the Cougars at games around the community with their kids. I mean, obviously, Wiz, pass on Peterson, pass on Boozer, and go with the guy that, we've been saying should be the number 1 pick all along out of BYU, first player ever drafted by BYU in the first overall slot ever.
Yes.
Which is crazy. I mean, that's why it was such a big deal when he chose BYU.
It did. Yeah,
and
it was going to set them up to have
and
another lottery pick.
The NIL dollars that went to AJ DiBonza kind of get more value when you see Brigham Young all over the draft class. Yeah. You see Brigham Young University out of Adam Silver's mouth. You hear it. And AJ DiBonza is getting a ton of high. I mean, if you're watching all night last night, you're watching all day today, you're going to see a ton of highlights of AJ, in the Big 12 at wearing a BYU jersey. So the marketing dollars for a guy like AJ DiBonza stretching pretty far.
Yeah.
For BYU. That means Darren Peterson is Jazz, man. I know nobody was excited about, the injuries, missing 11 games, pulling himself out, the cramping. He said it was a creatine-induced thing. We heard about that before the draft lottery. But I think now that the dust is kind of settled, I think Jazz fans were prepared to somewhat still be excited when they called Darren Peterson's name at number 2 overall yesterday. And a lot of people were like, I think it's DiBonza, but a lot of people made a very compelling case as to why to take Peterson number 1 last night.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Wizards really just picked the player for them. They just didn't worry about all the noise. There was all the canceled workouts by Peterson with other teams, but they were set, I think, earmarked to pick AJ. So I don't think it really was. There was no rumor mill pre-draft like the last couple minutes before the pick. I mean, I think it was already pretty much set in stone.
I mean, Jazz brass, hey, we got our guy. I was listening to Austin Ainge last night. The buzz is now bigger in Utah for Jazz fans because this fills a need. They've got a scoring guard now that can slide in the starting lineup with Keontae George, Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson, Ace Bailey, Walker Kessler, whatever that starting lineup looks like. They got an elite shot creator that can score at all 3 levels.
Yeah.
He fits in with Ace Bailey. He doesn't really overlap Ace Bailey. And now you got a perimeter player that's a superstar. It's a better fit than DiBonza, really, because you already have a DiBonza-like player on the roster. You got a bunch of 6'9", 6'10", 6'11 bigs in the front court.
That's right.
And not that DiBonza can't play the 2 or the 3-2, but Peterson sure shoots it a lot better than AJ percentage-wise in college.
That's right.
I did get a couple texts from buddies. They're like, why not take Boozer? A lot of people liked, Boozer's consistency. He might have been the safer prospect. There was some people that, but Peterson's got an upside that's enormous.
Yeah, he does.
Enormous.
Yeah. And
so I didn't feel Jazz fan disappointment last night is the point I'm trying to get to, that they landed Darren Peterson. I think, if DiBonza was 1A in the draft, Peterson was 1B, and now this Ace Bailey, Walker Kessler, Keontae George, Jaren Jackson, Lauri Markkanen, Darren Peterson, this thing might be turning around. I would put the fan satisfaction meter, if it was 100, remember we did this on the show.
Yeah.
And if AJ was 100, I think, was I 92, 94? Satisfaction for Jazz fans if they drafted Peterson. Tara was the lowest in the room, but she had the injury concerns with Peterson. Didn't like the durability. That was a concern.
Yeah. Austin Ainge spoke on the injuries after the draft. He said, quote, he's been working out twice a day, every day, and he feels great. He looks like he's getting stronger already. He's been working pretty hard. Our doctors went through everything from the combine and all the tests that were ordered, and we feel very comfortable. And he's ready to hit the ground running. We plan on seeing him in the summer league.
Yeah, and look, I'm not sugarcoating this. I'm not saying it's the euphoria of winning the lottery and getting the number 1 pick and taking DeBonza, Utah Prep, to BYU, to Salt Lake City to play for the Jazz.
Yeah.
But this is about as happy as a Jazz fan could be, staying at number 2, not giving up anything, and still getting a quality star in the making in Darren Peterson.
Yeah. I was pumped about Ace last year. I think this is a better player than Ace, a better prospect. So I think Jazz fans really should be excited. Even though they don't get BYU born and bred AJ DeBonza, they do get the second most, I would even, some people argue he's the most talented prospect in the entire draft.
I mean, you said it the other day, head-to-head in high school.
Yes.
61-46. Peterson outscored, or 61-49, outscored him head-to-head.
Yes.
And that was a
game they played each other.
Yeah, and both have the green light to shoot whenever they want for Prolific or Utah Prep.
Yeah, I'm sure that AAU game just evolved into those two taking over. But
best available, the other guy that a lot of people should hear his name called, even with the ACL, is Richie Saunders. Depending on where you look, I mean, if you look at ESPN.com's best available under their NBA draft tab right now,
like Isaiah Evans.
Richie is 7.
Oh.
Richie Saunders is 7. Isaiah Evans is number 1. Yeah. But if you go look at the best available from like Jay Billis's list, Richie's at the top. If you look at the Athletics list, Richie had an overall rank of 26. He is the best available. He's a wing 4 player that can shoot the 3 and stretch the floor. It's going to, fulfill a role. The Knicks are on the clock first.
Yes.
Henry Vassar for North Carolina, Richie Saunders, Malik Thomas, Emmanuel Sharp, Isaiah Evans, Malik Brown, some of the big names, Jaden Bradley.
I could really see the Knicks taking him. I really could. I think
Henry would be great.
They depended on Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet. Like, those were their 3-point shooters last year. I could see them taking a chance on Richie.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think they could.
I mean, Richie, I think BYU fans clearly saw his value to the team when he got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob Wright and DeBonza had to do everything, and they missed their and what is Richie, 6'5", 200 pounds, but good wingspan, good standing reach. He's older. He's a hometown kid from Riverton. He's 24. He'll be 25 later this year. So you talk about some of these guys are 23, 24 that were drafted in the first round. Richie is an older prospect because, he stayed in college throughout the year. But his key NBA skill is going to be his shooting. And, Paulie, I think you're spot on. If the Knicks decide they want to go shooter here, he would be very much alive in the mix to be the pick.
Yeah, I just don't see the Knicks as having a ton of great 3-point shooters. I mean, I just watching them in the finals last year, a lot of their game is driving to the basket, mid-range. Cat can hit a 3 here and there. Landry Shamet, those guys I mentioned. But I think Richie would be instantly one of their best shooters in the arsenal if he was added to the Knicks, who just won the championship, of course.
He drilled 37.6% of his nearly 7 3-point attempts per game before he got hurt.
Like 37's not great, but 7 attempts a game on 37% is very good.
But his junior year, pre-DeBonza, 43.2% on 5 attempts per game.
Okay.
His numbers off the catch are even better. He hit 38% this past season off the catch and 44% off the catch. So that's a 2-year sample of him being over 41% off the catch from 3 at BYU.
Yeah,
that's his strength in the NBA. Is
coming off screens, around the screen, shoot the 3. I mean, how many times did we see that from Rich?
He is decisive and sharp when he decides to drive, though. We saw him drive. He has a good feel for the game. Probably not an elite passer.
No.
But does rebound well for a wing player at 6'5".
Yeah, he's a bigger wing.
I would say he was serviceable defensively. He'll have to improve to guard athletic taller wings.
Yeah, he's not a traffic cone out there. I mean, he can move and get his feet in front of people. He's not going to ever be an elite defender at the NBA level with some of the drive and kick guards and the drive ability of a lot of these point and shooting guards in the NBA, but I think he could be serviceable on the defensive end.
You know, but like he could be one of those guys that could read some passes, create some odd man transition situations. He's got good hand-eye coordination. He had 1.7 steals per game this past season. So he's a guy that keeps his hands up defensively. You know, he's not going to be your glue stopper, but he could be, you know, an average NBA defender. So it'll be really interesting to see how the draft board unfolds in the second round. Remember, the Jazz do not have a second round pick.
Yep. So it'll be a slower second round for the Jazz, but
unless they decide to move back in if somebody falls.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have, you know, collateral. They do have future picks that they could certainly use from the past, you know, moves they've made. Still have some picks lingering from the Rudy and Donovan trades that are out there. They haven't used all of those just yet. So it'll be Knicks, Grizzlies, Brooklyn, Sacramento, and then the Spurs. Those will be the first 5 picks in the second round. And there'll be some more very notable names going off the board in the second round tonight. All right, we've covered. Put a bow on Darren Peterson to the Jazz. AJ DeBonza to the Wizards for our listeners.
Wow. I think it is the most impactful draft pick that the Ainge family of Danny and Austin. I know Austin's only come into the fold the last 2 years or 1 year, but since Danny's taken over, of Cody Williams, of Keontae George, who's formed into a good player, of Taylor Hendricks, of all the top picks they've had in the last few years, this is the most impactful pick they've had. And it just happens to be the second one, but it's going to be really fun for Utah fans. I think they're going to be, even if they're not a playoff team next year, they're going to be an infinitely more fun team to watch. They're going to be, the youth movement is alive. They've got a ton of young players, and I think that Peterson is the cornerstone piece. He's the best player on this team probably in the next 5 years.
Tara, reaction to Peterson getting drafted by the Jazz. This was not your most exciting prospect for Utah in the early draft process.
It wasn't, but afterwards, and I texted this to the group as well, like in his interviews and all of that, he does seem a lot better off. And like I said in the text, I have hope. I think he will be good. And I hope that he, takes this Jazz team to the next level.
I think you're spot on. His immediate reaction means something.
Right.
You said it earlier, Paulie. He seemed more excited than Ace Bailey did.
He did.
Exactly.
To be in Utah. When he was interviewed after being selected, he talked about how grateful he was for the opportunity, wanting to get to work. He didn't give me the vibe of a player disappointed where he landed. He seemed energized, in fact, by being the number 2 pick. Like he had a little chip on his shoulder, which I love.
I do too. Yeah.
And he knows he's joining a young team, and they're going to put the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
And, he's going to have an opportunity to really be an alpha and a scorer for the Utah Jazz with Lowry and with Keontae.
And it's interesting what they're going to do with their starting 5. I mean, I talked about the Wizards starting 5 being revamped. The Jazz starting 5, Tony Jones is reporting from The Athletic that Ace Bailey is likely to come off the bench for the Jazz next season.
That's the thought.
They've got a lot of depth
It
now.
depends on Kessler.
Yeah, it depends on Kessler.
And it could change matchup to matchup how big you want to go in the front court, because the Jazz can go pretty big with Kessler, Markkanen, and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Little excerpt from the Athletic article. Utah and its fans can finally start putting together what their team is going to look like. The front court, led by Lowry, Markkanen, and Jaren Jackson Jr., is athletic and deep. The bench, which will likely be led by Ace Bailey and Isaiah Collier, is ready to add depth to the group overall. I expect the Jazz to be an upstart team next season.
Yeah, I mean, Peterson wanted to be a franchise cornerstone. He gets that opportunity in Utah. Yeah. He gets the opportunity to grow alongside Ace Bailey rather than being buried behind veteran stars.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's attractive for a Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
And you would expect that from the 1, 2, 3 picks that they're plug and play, right?
Yeah.
I know his interaction pre-draft with the Jazz Didn't get Jazz fans smiling ear to ear.
Well, Shams reported late that he kind of had like a clandestine meeting with Utah before the
they had
draft.
A conference call.
Yeah,
they had a conference call and it went well. Obviously, Utah had to have some communication with him to, get his mindset before they spent the number 2 pick on him.
Well, they didn't talk to Ace at all really last year.
No, but he fell to 5. That's a little different than 2.
2, yeah.
I know that doesn't sound like a big difference, but in NBA draft standards, that's quite sizable.
Yeah.
Many of the fans that I've noticed online, pointed out that he seemed comfortable and he was enthusiastic. We know he's an introvert. He's not the most outgoing individual.
Yep.
So that was notable to me. I thought his suit was dapped up. I thought he looked good. I thought the smile was good. I mean, Jazz fans should feel good about Darren Peterson.
Yeah. I liked his goals, playing all 82 games and
look, it's not like here's the keys to the franchise,
right?
But it's like, hey, you're driving. Let's go.
Let's go.
We're not giving the keys permanently, but we're letting you drive. Right. Let's go.
And he seems ready.
He's ready to get to work and help lead this rebuild.
And I think he's kind of been dragged through the mud largely because of the load management, like pulling himself out of games. Mm-hmm. But I think the person, I was telling Tara this before the show, before you got here, I was like, this guy seems like a sweet kid. Like, he just seems like a good dude. Like he said in a quote, I'm a cool guy, approachable. If you want a pick or an autograph, anything, just come say what's up. So, he just seems like a laid back dude. He's a killer on the court, but he just seems like a good human being to me.
I agree.
I think he was an enigma at college. No one knew what he was. He wasn't talking about why he was leaving games, which left everyone to assume the worst. But I think this dude really is a good person and a good kid and a great player. So.
I agree. All right. We'll react tomorrow to the second round. David James, DJ will drop by tomorrow. We'll get his reaction to Darren Peterson and the Utah Jazz fan base and how they're feeling, day and a half removed from them making that number 2 overall pick last night. Got to take a break. Big finish when we come back on a Hump Day Wednesday, getting you that much closer through the work week.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, we are back. Devin, Paul, Tara. It's the Drive Morning crew here on the Fan Sports Network. Thank you for locking us in, loading us up, as I always like to say. Show today brought to you by our friends at ZAG, Coral Canyon Golf Course, Game Day Men's Health, the Rev Golf Tour. If you want to get a discount, didn't get it for Father's Day, you can go get it for yourself. Use FAN50. You'll save $50 on the tour membership. You got to check this local tour out. If you want to play more golf once a week for 8 weeks in the spring, summer, and fall, meet some new people, have a live leaderboard, advance to regionals and national tournaments, go check out therevstg.com. Also appreciate Prime IV as our great sponsors here on the show. We're taking a break from our Jimmy John's Highlight of the Week for the summer. We'll be back in August with that fun promotion, getting you more highlights than ever before. But if you're out and about and you're at 7-on-7s or AU tournaments or baseball travel teams, and you get a highlight of your kids out there competing, your nephew or your grandkids or whatever it might be, the submission box is still up, and we still want to post some highlights through the summer, even though we're not doing the voting through the summer and handing out Jimmy John's subs for the whole team. So you can still nominate on our website, thefansportsnetwork.com. Also, big shout out to Summit Athletic Club. Saturday will be the final big main rock hunt. It'll be main rock number 3. Another $10,000 will be on the line this Saturday. So if you, and it will be a clue all day till they find the rock on Saturday. So get in it to win it. Make sure you get that Summit Rock t-shirt. You can, with that shirt, you've been working out for free all month at Summit Athletic Club. They're $15. If there's any left, you can go check one of the 3 Southern Utah locations. I know we've been draft heavy today. Did we miss anything? We've been really heavy with the Bonza to the Wiz and DP to the Jazz. We really didn't talk much about Boozer, Caleb Wilson, some of the other top-loaded guys, but we've got all summer to evaluate, and we'll get into the summer league, and we'll be keeping an eye on these guys.
Absolutely.
It looked like a star-studded first round, though, to put a bow on the draft. World Cup game you're most excited about today? Anything kind of stand out with the we're getting towards the end of the group stage at play, flying by, but it's been fun to have 3, 4, sometimes 5 soccer games every day to watch throughout the day.
That's right.
I'm excited about Scotland and Brazil. That'll be a good one today.
That's going to be fun today. Yeah, Scotland is 1-1. They won and they lost. And so if the Scots want to make the knockout stage, they need to draw or better today to have a chance to move on.
Right.
So that's going to be an interesting game. That one's down in Miami. Hard Rock Stadium.
Nice. Yes. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
The Scotland fans going to drink Miami dry tonight?
Yeah, they are.
Possibly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's USA doesn't play again until Friday. A lot of the starters saying, hey, we want to play. But they've already clinched a spot in the knockout stage around a 32. So that's going to be interesting. Man, a lot of fun things. Big day for Ronaldo yesterday in the World Cup as well. It's been fascinating. It's been riveting. I said earlier in the show, I love how they're attacking and they're making runs and they're penetrating and they're shooting. It's not just pass, boring soccer. It's exciting soccer.
Yeah.
It
is. It's been really good. Loaded day in the big leagues.
Yeah.
I saw my Mariners got a nice start to the series where we don't have to face Paul Skeens in Pittsburgh. So I'm hoping we can win the series. Kirby was on the bump last night. I think Gilbert on the bump tonight for my M's.
Nice.
I'm going to be going to Fenway here in a week from today.
That's right.
July 1st, 1 week from today. I've never been to Fenway Park. And, of course, my son was born October 28th, 2004, the day they broke the curse of the Bambino. So I'm really excited to go to Fenway.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See the nasty Nats, right? You're going to see those boys.
Yep.
Nice.
Soto left the game last night for the Mets with a tight back. So he might be maybe going to the shelf for a little while. There's been a resurgence of left-handed hitting in the MLB. Remind me tomorrow. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit.
All right.
Should be a good show tomorrow. We're loaded. David James, DJ and PK will join us on the program. More on the reaction to Darren Peterson. Paulie and I will have the show. Tara's off to the great state of Idaho to bring us back some potatoes.
Yeah,
sure. We will see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you for dropping by. Darren Peterson's a Jazz player. Let's go.